Hello. It's alright, ladies first.
Oh, okay then. I'll start then, if that's okay with you. Mind you, I might take a bit of the time. Okay.
That's alright.
Right, as far as I can remember, in the official rulebook, right, and on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Websites online, okay, everybody is taught to treat their opponent with respect and, you know, be polite and everything. Even in the anime they do that. Even if it's a bad guy, they do it to a certain extent, you know, respect the opponent and everything. But obviously it's not picture perfect like this in the real world, and for some reason the amount of players nowadays who can't get their glossary right, or just in general have a very rude attitude, depresses me, really. It's like, you know, if you don't have any respect for the game, how are you going to respect yourself when you actually do play the game, if you see what I mean? Because it's, I've never had a really bad experience, in person at least, but the one place where this all seems to be really happening and is causing a lot of bother is Dueling Network. Yeah, Dueling Network is where, unfortunately, there are very good duelists, and there's also beginners in that there, but I have seen some real idiots on that place. Now, I've never really dueled any idiots, thankfully, but the fact that, you know, Dueling Network is allowing these kind of players on there and letting them treat others with such disrespect and horrible attitudes is beyond me. I mean, you haven't gone on Duel Network much, ChrisAnimeGuy, but what do you think in general about, you know, people using Duel Network as a way to show disrespect in that?
To show the debts?
Show disrespect, sorry.
Oh, disrespect? No, I don't agree with it at all. I mean, it's... But then again, it's the whole thing of, yeah, people only do it on Duel Network because it's like, oh, it's the internet, it's animosity, you know. And sorry, not animosity. And being anonymous, you know, because to people it's just a name on the screen, so it's like, yeah, I can do it because no one can see me, sort of thing.
That's not technically true. I mean, IP address and that, you know, if
yeah,
you really,
IP address,
yeah.
But don't forget, Emma, these are kids.
Not all the time.
What do they know? Yeah, but really, what do they know about IP addresses? I'm not saying everyone doesn't know about IP addresses, but stereotypically, the average internet user doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know my computer's IP address in that as well, but I wouldn't be stupid enough to be really nasty on the internet or anything. But we're kind of getting off topic here. I mean, have you ever had any bad experiences on Dueling Network or just in general?
Not on Dueling Network. The only real bad, well, this isn't really being disrespectful, like mannerisms or anything. I remember reading in the rulebook ages ago of how it was said in the rules for mannerisms and that you have to basically describe everything that you're doing to the opponent. But nowadays, because people are so used to playing quickly, like anytime I was going up against Light Swans, people would just go bum 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 and do it, and it's like, what did you just do? I don't know what you just did.
Yeah.
And they never explain it to you, and that is bad manners to me.
Yeah. But I have experienced that as well. I mean, luckily enough, I do play regularly in tournaments, so I do know what is what most cards are, but very recently on Dueling Network, I've actually had to tell quite a few people to slow down a little bit because I couldn't read the cards, and they would do moves before I could read the cards. It's like, hang on, these are brand new cards that only you know about. Can you not give your opponent a chance to actually read and find out what they do? And everything. But just because you're on the internet doesn't mean you can get away with murder, I'm afraid, because guarantee if you really tick somebody off, they will do everything they can to find you and knock you out. Well, not knock you out, but, you know, teach you a lesson in respect and everything. I mean, didn't you, this is slightly off topic again, but didn't you say there was a comedian who actually went around...
You told me that.
Well, who was it?
I don't know who it was.
Sorry, I don't know who it was. It was probably a member of the KCP or somebody, but basically, right, this comedian had this website set up for his acts and everything, and he actually physically found the IP address of these computer users who were trolling him, and he went to their front door and actually filmed them, and named and shamed them basically. And one troll who had about 10 different names in that, in particular, turned out to be a 9-year-old girl, and her mother did not know what was going on, and apparently she smashed the computer that day. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's slightly off topic, but it's like, you know, if you think you can hide behind a computer with your bad mannerisms and that, think again, because somebody will eventually find you, and you'll pay for it. You know, I believe that every person who does anything bad eventually gets their comeuppance.
Yeah. I wasn't saying that everyone on the Dueling Network is kids and whatnot, but I'm just saying, you know, stereotypically, it's like with any time you go onto any, like, it's not so bad with like social networking sites, but it's like when you go onto YouTube and you see people doing random comments about things that aren't even about that particular video.
Oh, I've had that.
Like, I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've gone onto YouTube, like, gone on to listen to, like, I don't know, some rock or metal music or whatnot, and there's bloody comments about Justin Bieber, excuse my language, but it's like...
It's okay, you
like,
can swear
why?
if you want. Yeah,
you know,
I mean...
It's just trolling, but it's like when people say, oh, this is rubbish and stuff like that, well, it's like, simple. If you don't like it, don't watch.
Yeah, it's the same with dueling and everything, you know, if you don't like... It's the same with dueling and that. If you don't like the deck that's being played, then why are you dueling me in the first place? You know, me and ChrisAnimeGuy and everybody else in the KCP, we duel for fun, and we duel to do our best. You know, we don't care about what decks and that. We do have decks we hate. I mean, ChrisAnimeGuy really hates Lightsworns, and I happen to be building one, unfortunately, so he's going to hate me even more. But when we do go up against these kind of decks, you know, we do our absolute best, and we try and beat them with the cards we've got and everything, because that's what dueling's about, is picking the deck you want it, building it the way you want it, and dueling your best, dueling to do your best and everything. But being rude and disrespectful and sexist and a bully and all that is not the way to go. If you think it's going to get you to being a good duelist, no, you're going the wrong way, honey. It's just not right. I mean, if you act rude in that, you're not going to get anything. If you act kind and respectful, then you will probably get something out of it. I mean, some of the guys I met through being kind and respectful, and, you know, look at us today. I mean, well, being kind and respectful to this young gentleman is now the greatest boyfriend in the world I've ever had, so... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit sappy. My bad.
No, well, never mind.
But because of Chris and his passion for Yu-Gi-Oh as a game and not as a thing to win, that's what really made me like him. But of course, you know, as boyfriend girlfriend things go, you know, I like the personality a lot more than everything else. So.
Yeah, but that's what started it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was what got us together, and, you know, it saddens us both to see that a card game, a children's card game in quote marks, is being treated so seriously and with such disrespect. that it's just so saddening. I mean, we've been into this card game for nearly 10 years. And to see the amount of, well, it's not just children. I mean, I have seen some children act rude. But that's kids. It's expected from them. It's when you see teenagers and actual adults being like, oh, I'm going to win this turn. What? You can't do that? Oh, I'm going to rage quit. Just because you can't do this and that is pathetic. I mean, the story Darkness L 1989 told us the other day was somebody tried to chain Doom Caliber Knight's effect to Master Hyperion's summoning. And he says, and the guy was saying a summon is an effect. No, it's not. It's completely different. And he raged quit when the admin confirmed that, confirmed that ruling and everything. So it's like, it's not just the mannerisms, it's the glossary as well. It's like, know your glossary. There's a glossary in the back of the rule book. Hang on, let me just find it. I can't really do this one-handed. Look, there is a glossary at the back of the rule book. And it tells you, and there's also the website and everything as well. So seriously, people, read the rule book. I know it's a pain in the neck reading rules and everything, but look it up online, read the rule book, and be on a pause.